Good morning. So happy Friday. Just picked up 2 checks on 2 jobs. Got happy customers on both these jobs and got a phone call this morning I wanted to talk about. So, I quote as many jobs as I can, try to schedule as many as I can. About 2 weeks ago, I had a customer that I proposed a job to, and he was getting multiple quotes, and he wanted to go with this other I don't think it was a company. I think it was just like a truck on a truck, but he said he wanted to go with them because they were a little cheaper and they could start the very next day. And I couldn't start for a little bit, but he called me this morning and said, hey, this guy came out and did the encapsulation and did this and that, and he sent me photos. It looked absolutely terrible. The trench wasn't done right. Dehumidifier was literally stuck right next to the crawl door, not in the middle of the crawl space. No lights. The end cap was just really sloppy, and it literally looked like somebody that had never done it before. And he said he regrets it. He said he made a bad decision. And I never ask my customers what so and so charge, what they tell you. Like, I'll ask them that if once my job is done, but if they don't go with me, I don't ever ask, because to me it's irrelevant. But he said, yeah, this guy was $900 cheaper, and he could start the very next day, and you couldn't start until you could start. And the 2 sayings that I stress to customers is good work ain't cheap work ain't good. Or I tell them good, fast, or quality work. Pick 2. You have a good job, it's done fast, but it won't be cheap. Cheap job that's fast won't be good, vice versa. But yeah, this customer told me he regrets his decision. He wants me to actually go out there in person and look it over, and it's near my house, so I'm gonna go just to help him out. But yeah, people just, with your crawl space quotes, just because they're cheaper doesn't mean they're better. If you pay extra on the front end and get a good job, and you want to pay for it a second time, this person's probably gonna need some work done over, and he paid this guy, and now this guy won't return his calls. That's what you expect with these truck on the trucks, and also with big corporate. I just dealt with a job that the big corporate company went out of business, and they were bought by another one, and they won't return this lady's calls, and I've got to go out there and fix their mess ups this weekend. So moral of the story is, just because they're cheaper doesn't mean they're better. Good crawl space companies at this time of year are going to be booked out. I'm booked out. I'm very booked out with both my crews. If somebody says, hey, I can do it for this and I can start tomorrow during this spring and summertime, they're probably not very good, because this is our peak season. This is where we're busy. So if they're just sitting around on their hands and say they can start tomorrow, they probably don't do very good work.